Thank you for tuning in to Letha's Real Talk, recording right here, We Believe Digital Podcast. I am your host, Letha. So today I want to address about businesses supporting each other. Businesses supporting each other. We're in an area where, especially here in Jackson, Mississippi, a lot of businesses. Some of them are struggling. Some of them are doing extremely well. The issue I have is there is some form of misconception that because you do the same thing of somebody else that you all are in competition together. I'm here to tell you all that's not the truth. You need to be able to support any business, but it is very important to support business of those that you all may be doing the same thing, even if it is a certain type of industry. We're not in competition with one another. We should be encouraging each other to support one another. Different people have different connections. So while one business may hold a certain level of connection or a certain level of audience, another business may hold something totally different. It's almost like if you talk about, let's just say, a soul food restaurant business. You open up two soul food restaurants a mile within each other. Still, in my opinion, they're not competition. Okay, you would hope that one of them gets so busy that you actually catch some of the overflow. And that's how business owners and those who work these businesses, your mindset needs to allow you to understand that, like, you need people. Well, it's people that's working these other businesses. You want to thrive more affluently in your business, whatever it is that you do, you need to support those that are doing similar things, if not the same thing. You need to be supportive of people in your own industry. Don't separate yourself, and don't allow yourself to think that they're my competition. I'm not doing this and I'm not going over there. Listen, you shouldn't even put yourself on that level. And to me, it says that just because by trade I'm a hairstylist, literally, and I cut a whole lot of hair. Literally, a whole lot of it. I'm not in competition with another hairstylist. Okay, I've been known to send people to other hairstylists. Other hairstylists have been known to send people to me. We're not in competition with one another. We actually support each other. We so busy looking for other people outside or family folks to support us, when I'm here to tell you all the importance of networking with people who are in the same industry or the same field that you are in, and support one another. Go to their events. If they're hosting events, if they're doing giveaways, go to their giveaways. If they're doing community service projects, and invite people to come out. And don't assume that because you invite somebody to come out and they don't come, they're just not being in support of you. That people not showing up doesn't mean that they don't support. But you not extending the invitation means that you're not willing to work with each other. Start working with each other. Start supporting each other. No matter what somebody does. Like the car business. I sold cars as well. Well, if somebody couldn't get approved, they got sent to a certain type of lot that we knew they was going to get approved at. That's called supporting each other. I think that people too busy trying to put themselves on the level of another entity or another individual or another business. And I truly believe that's why some of these businesses don't grow. Don't limit your business like that. Do not limit your business to say that that's your competition, because what that says is that you're only great as they are. That's saying that you can't exceed that level. That says that if they thrive, you won't. That's what that means. Versus having the mindset, I need to support them. I need to support them. We need to be working together. That's how you build communities. And guess what? Business owners, you all cannot help communities thrive if you all are not supporting each other. One of my main goals that I really want to do is to connect businesses together. And I'm taking today to say you all need to support each other. It's not a competition. Go see what somebody else is doing. Go make your presence known, and make your presence known in an honorable, respectable manner. If you attend something that somebody had, or that somebody held, or if you just happen to be in the vicinity, let people know that you appreciate what they're doing. Let people know that you appreciate the fact that they're maintaining in business and that they're creating opportunities for other people as well. I'm so tired of all of this competition. Somebody always want to put themselves on the level with somebody else when it's not competition. We truly supposed to be pulling together. We live in this area. We're in Jackson. This is where I am right now. And you hear so many people talk about who do and who don't support them. Stop ranting about who don't support you. Stop ranting about that. Stop griping about who you feel like don't like you or don't support you or not in your corner. Surround yourself around people who are doing the same thing, and you all build those business ships together so that you all can help make these communities in this area a little bit better. It's your business people that have more influence, but you can't have enough influence or as much influence as you should if you're out here not connecting with other businesses within the same thing that you do. It's enough money out here for everybody. It's enough opportunities out here for everybody. It's enough space out here for everybody. But business owners, y'all need to be linking up together. We go to, I'm trying not to go there, but we advocate for a lot of things, and I'm advocating for businesses that do the same thing to link up and support each other. So guess what? If you own a Greek restaurant, then you need to link up with whoever else have a Greek restaurant. If you own a soul food restaurant, you need to be going to meet other soul food restaurants owners. If you own a hair salon, you need to be linking up with other people that own hair salons. If you own a studio, go link up with other people that own studios. If you own a car lot, go link up with other people that own car lots. If you are a real estate agent, go link up with other real estate agents. Guess what? If you're a banker working at a certain bank, guess what? Go link up with somebody else that work at another bank. Okay? If you are a nurse, go link up with other nurses. It's okay to link up with other people who are in the same industry that you are in, because then what happens when you sit down and you start talking to these people that are doing the same thing that you do, y'all start brainstorming. You start throwing out all type of different ideas. You start sharing your stories among each other. They done gave you some business advice. You done gave them some business advice. But to me, the best thing outside of that is when you work on doing that, I believe that it helps a way to add to the community, because now you're sitting around people and hopefully a conversation will come up about thing that I truly believe needs to be done in Jackson, Mississippi that's not been getting done enough of. Businesses are not supporting each other. Stop waiting until these ceremonies are done and go on and support people now. It is very important to do that. It is very important. You want this place to look better? You want these streets to look better? You want these people that's running the city to come up off their high horse? Business owners, you all need to get together and you all need to start pulling your resources together. You all need to start pulling your connections together. You all need to be more of a voice. You all need to be more seen. You all need to be more visible. You can't build communities if the people that's owning the businesses are not supporting each other. It's just not gonna happen. It's just truly not gonna happen. Well, I've already threw out some ways on which I feel like business owners need to consider doing things. But something else I think that needs to be done from a business aspect as well. Just like I'm encouraging you all to sit down and talk to each other and meet with each other and network with each other. I also want to encourage other people to pay attention to what they're saying and don't get intimidated by people who do own businesses. So for the community, for people, those of us who may not be business owners, I want to encourage those of us who may not be business owners to understand that there's another certain level of knowledge that people who own businesses understand from a whole nother aspect versus people who have never ran a business at all. And when I say never ran, managing a business and owning a business are two totally different things. Because when you manage a business, you manage the business on the business owner's wallet. But when you own a business, you manage that business. You own that business. You look out for that business. You watch out for your security. You watch out for your finances. That's why I'm encouraging business owners to meet up more together and to support each other. And that's why I want the community to understand that we need the people who own businesses to pull together, because people that own business understand money, they understand economics, they understand security, they understand protection, they understand the importance of certain things. They truly do. And they bring a whole nother level of knowledge and understanding to the table. But people have to open up their mindsets. People have to be willing to listen. People have to be willing to hear things that may seem as if an attack is an attack, and it's truly not an attack. People need to be welcoming to anybody who owns a business here in the city. Because I'm here to tell you all, businesses are not leaving the city. The city will run people off. And I'm getting into that into the second segment. Because businesses are just not packing up leaving here. I'm telling you all for a fact that the city has things set up in a manner that makes things complicated, and you need people who have control. And honestly, the people who have control are your business owners. And I think it would serve this whole area in Jackson more if more business owners got together as a collective and sat down as especially if you're in the same industry with somebody. Because most people already network with people that don't do the same thing they do. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't understand why, people have a resistance when it comes to supporting people who do the same thing that you do. I want to encourage you all to support people who are already doing what you do, or who just started doing something that you have already been doing. Because what that importance does for the community, though, if you're a business owner and you own business, more than likely you own some land. More than likely, you're employing people. So more than likely, you're creating these opportunities. More than likely, the communities look up to you anyway. Come together a little bit better and make more of a noise and get some things done in the city that possibly the people downtown don't even try to think about getting done because they too busy playing politics and not playing morale and ethics. So be open-minded to, you know what, this person over here, they're not my competition. Why they just can't be your friend? Why they just can't be somebody that's possibly bringing more business into whatever it is that you're doing? Why is it that we always want to put a limit or a cap on what can be done instead of not understanding the fact that it's still more out here to be done? And that's why I think it's important not to just focus on dealing with a certain type of base of people or a certain type of class of people. I don't think that. Walmart don't care what you look like or where you come from. They want your money. Guess what? When you go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, they want your money. And I'm being honest. McDonald's and Burger King, they're not competitors. They truly are not. Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's, they are not competitors. Even though both of them sell chicken. They're not competitors. Okay? So, J.C. Penney and Belk used to be Mac Ray's. Guess what? They're not competitors. Never deemed them as competitors. Okay? So different types of clothing lines. Same, in the same mall. Both of the stores have always done greatly well. And yet and still, the business owners didn't miss anything. But whoever owned them had created enough opportunities for other people. So guess what? If your smaller business owners came together and people see you coming together, people see you pulling together, and you're pulling together not just for the cause of making some money, you're pulling together because you understand that this community, this area, and this city needs help. It truly needs help. And I'm here because I want to encourage every business to start pulling together. Period. Support each other as a business. Support each other out of respect. Support each other for the common cause of the city. Support each other because it's needed. Support each other because more people in the community need to see and they need to be a witness of. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of perseverance to get to where you all are. And your faces need to be a little bit more visibly seen and your voices need to be more visibly heard. And the advantage of networking with people who are in the same industry is because you get to reach different people that you would not have even reached. Because everybody has a following. Everybody has a growing. Everybody has something different, something special that they offer on their menu. Everybody. We're at a place to where, as you want to encourage more entrepreneurship, you want to encourage the community to thrive, you want to help change the mindset of the people. Let the people see that these business owners are not ashamed to pull together, support each other, and tell each other, sis, bro, everybody, you're doing a good job and I support you. Listen. We're going to take a brief commercial break. I'm going to hit on a few more things that have been going on with the city of Jackson. Please encourage everybody to tune in to Letha's Real Talk, the We Believe Digital Podcast Network. We'll be back to you momentarily. Thank you.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee. To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
We're back at it at Letha's Real Talk right here, filming at the We Believe Digital Podcast studio. I am your host, Letha. So I'm talking today about businesses supporting businesses. I think it's very important. I really do. So with that being said, I want to share something recent that I experienced with the city of Jackson. Now, I'm going to say this. My experience led me to understand that people are not leaving the city. The city is pushing people out. That's just my experience. So basically, I went to I got a little space somewhere, and the gentleman that owned the space, dynamic gentleman, his name is Mr. Ellis. He is so dynamic. I need to say his name right here, right now. His name is Mr. Ellis. He is the owner of Fondren Square right there off Northview Drive. That man is truly somebody who is doing what he can to help people get started. I'm going to put that out there right there. Okay. So I get this little spot. I go apply for my license and do all this stuff. Almost a month later, having problems, come to find out, even though I went in physically to the building, I end up applying for the wrong license. Error number one. You don't have nobody. You have no business. Nobody has no businesses working in a licensing office, helping nobody apply for a license, and you're not even ensuring that they're applying for the right license. That's a big issue to me. Yeah, because I'm going to tell it. That's a whole big issue. That's a big error. Going to apply for something that you got to pay for, and it ended up being an error, not because it's your error, because you done physically went down somewhere and somebody done had you to fill out the wrong stuff. And see, now we got everything on these darn bootleg computers, and I'm just saying, all of us not there yet with the computers. So it took almost a month for me to even find out that the wrong license was applied for. Talking about a business license with the city, a private license, whatever y'all call it, I don't even know. So fast forward past that, I'm communicating, with the guy that owned the building. He doing everything. He was like, is there anything I could help you with? I'm like, no, sir, I think I got everything worked out. So I end up speaking to this wonderful lady that works for the city. I can't remember her name, but she was very helpful. She was very resourceful. Like, she kind of was able to go in and tell me what I did wrong and help me make the corrections. Awesome. Okay, no problem. Boom. So get inspected. Okay, boom. After inspection, I got all these lists of things that they need done. I give them the guy that owned the building, give Mr. Ellis. Boom, Mr. Ellis, give me what was required. I got the emails right here in my phone, and I'm willing to print out stuff to prove to people how the city of Jackson tends to do things. Okay, so I go downtown. And I literally had to sit before like 8 people. Literally. Now, only thing I was trying to do was go somewhere and do a little hair. That was it. That was all I was trying to go do. And what was getting me with that whole situation, I can't change the rules, but it bothers me how it's easy to have liquor stores, pawn shop, titty bars, and clubs. That's what bothers me, right? That's what really bothers me. So I like before 8 people, right? And I basically said, look, all I'm trying to do is offer something that is no longer here when it with what I was trying to do, and it ain't my time to tell that part right now, but I did say it has something to do with hair. So give them my sketches. They're telling me how my sketches are not professional, but you go right across the county line either way, you don't have these complications, right? It amazes me. It's easy to have clubs, liquor stores, pawn shops, and titty bars in Jackson, right? It's very easy to have those types of businesses here. You go across the county lines, it's a little bit harder to get those kind of businesses, whether you're going to Madison or whether you're going to Rankin. It's still a little bit more challenging to have those types of businesses, okay? It's still more challenging. And so to tell me that I need to hire or get a professional architect or a professional engineer to do a sketch for me in a place that had already been a salon anyway. Bull crap to me. Pure totally bull crap. But what I do appreciate the fact is Mr. Ellis, the man that owned the plaza. Because that man did everything he could to help me. He really did. He did whatever he could to help me. And it got so to the point to where after about 3 months, I say, I'm going to have to pull the plug. Because it's dealing with the city on that level didn't even make sense to me. It just did not even make sense. And what's even crazy, you'll have a meeting with me. It's about 8 people, right? You have a meeting with me because I'm going to see if my phone got enough charge for me to pull up some stuff. You'll have a meeting with me for about 8 people. But if it's an official meeting, why there were no minutes from the meeting? That's why we need people, more business owners pulling together. That's why we need more people making the right type of noises. Now, I'm not being funny. I wasn't trying to open up no marijuana shop. I wasn't trying to open up no liquor store. I wasn't. I really wasn't. And here I was trying to go through stuff and do things the right way. And I got hit with all this old, foolishness that don't even make no sense. So when I go to my email, my phone going out. It's not going to let me pull it up. When I go to my email, you can see where they issued me a document. Okay, so they done issued me a document. Okay, so they received a letter, whatever. Then I was sending messages, right? So they wanted to know, let's say for instance, I provided a site plan view or whatever they asked just to find out it weren't professional enough. You want to know how's the trash removal handle for business shopping center, even though you saw it was a big old dumpster on the darn plaza. This kind of stuff I'm talking about that the city just tends to do. And I know I can't get mad about how the city makes their rules. I know I can't. But what truly bothers me about this situation with the city is that you have people in place processing stuff, but nobody up front is telling people how stuff needs to be done. And that's the problem I got with that, right? So if you want to do business in the city of Jackson and you're not a club, you're not a liquor store, you're not a club, liquor store, a titty bar, or a pawn shop, then before you do anything, You need to go get the address. You need to go down to the city of Jackson first, right? And you need to find out what zoning requirements they gonna have. Well, Letha, why you talking about zoning? These people was talking to me about APA guidelines and all type of stuff. It just it's too much. Now you got people trying to come in, trying to help the city, right? And generate income as well, trying to support somebody else who is doing what he can to help people. And here the city come with all they darn red tape, stuff that don't even make no sense. Before 8 people. Then they asked for the minutes. There was no minutes. Why would it not be minutes? Why sit before 8 people to talk to me about something? And the only thing I was trying to do was go get me a little spot. I can go do me a little hair. Even though it used to be a salon at some point. I recently experienced that. I don't have no tolerance for the constant bull crap, the constant misconception that people ain't looking out for Jackson. I just get so tired of hearing about all of that. When I'm sitting here saying that's another reason why these businesses need to be pulling together, but I can appreciate Mr. Ellis for what he did, because that man is going out his way to truly help people get started. Going out his way to do that. Has a beautiful plaza. Beautiful plaza. Couldn't understand why I was going through what I was going through. And I was literally going to be in an area with other people doing hair. Didn't bother me. I didn't deem them as no competition. I deemed it as a blessing because I was looking at it. I was going to be in an environment where I felt secure, where I felt okay. True enough, I didn't know the people. I was going to have my own space. Didn't happen, Captain. It did not happen. I had to make a decision on whether I'm going to move forward or whether I'm going to pull the plug. And I chose, I didn't have to, but I chose to pull the plug. Because for me, the way my brain set up, I had to ask myself, now what if I tried to open up something else? Let me go get a dilapidated building and don't get it registered and start having club night. They ain't gonna have no problem with that, right? Oh, no problems with anything that brings down the city. We just tend to have problems with things that may uplift the city, but then we'll get on TV, local politicians, and complain about who ain't helping the city. Once again, when the city ain't helping itself. Once again, that's why I'm literally asking business owners to pull together, especially if you're in the same industry, especially if you offer a similar product that somebody else may offer, because they're not your competitors, they're your peers, and start making a little bit more noise so that these communities can thrive and do better. And sometimes certain areas thrive and do better because of the people you have advocating for those areas and because of things that are being put in place for different areas. But you can't blame it on the city, you can't blame it on the state level, you can't blame it on the government, on the federal level. You have to blame it on a level as whereas people truly don't understand that things are being torn down from the very people that people still, I believe, voting to keep in office. And I feel like that. And there are so many things that so many people experience with the city, and people don't talk enough about it, yet and still we want to hold conversations about other things that people ought to be doing for the city. When you have people who truly have tried, as myself, to start something within the city. So now I understand if I want to do things in Jackson, which I need to understand about zoning. Now, somebody gonna see this and tell me she should have checked that out first. Well, you know what? I probably should have checked it out first. But guess who should have said something first? When I went down there to apply for a license or whatever, whoever was in that office should have directed me to do that first. That's all I'm saying. You have too many people in positions that are not helping in an effective manner. They're not helping in a positive manner. You have people in positions who don't know how things go, who could care less how things go, who just doing what most people do on a job, which is just collect a paycheck and to let their time through the day waste by. That's why it's important to have people of power. Your people in your power in your communities are your business owners. And I'm asking for business owners to pull together within this city and start making some greater things happen, but not at the expense of a federal dollar, not at the expense of my tax dollar, just at the expense of the city probably catching up with a little bit more current ways and a little bit more productive ways to get things done. Because when you got something coming in or somebody coming in doing something that's not going to add no hurt, harm, or injury to anything or to nobody else, nothing you all need all this extra security for, what would be the problem? And I know I have a lot I have to learn. I understand that. I understand that I probably should have did a little research. I understand that. But I also know they didn't hesitate to collect them few dollars they collected either. I understand that part. I understand that they didn't have a problem telling me how to pay. I understand that part. And I also understand that that's why I know it's beneficial to have your business owners, your people of power, to be supporting each other. Y'all want this community to grow? How much do you support up here? How much do you support somebody who's already doing something that you do? Have you, like I said, reach out to people. Tell people they're doing a good job. We want our presence to be known. In schools, no problems. Churches, no problem. Social media, no problem. But it's also important to make your presence known with the people that's doing something similar of what you're doing. Feed off each other. Learn off each other. Do it. It's going to help your business. It's going to help the city. It's a win-win. I don't see how anybody could lose from that. It's only a game. But it is a lose-lose if businesses remain segregated and divided, because that's another problem with the city. We too busy deeming each other. Well, not me, because I don't have no competition. I'm my own competition. I'm too busy trying to level myself up. I'm not in a competition spot with anybody. But I think businesses hinder their growth. They hinder the opportunities that they could offer to other people, all because you're not supporting enough of another individual or another organization or another business that's doing something similar as to what you are doing. There's nothing wrong with giving people shout-outs. Do it. When people see that, it builds value in you. You build trust with people when you do that. See, that little nice advice I gave you business owners? You build trust with people. When you shout out people who are doing something similar or very alike to what you're doing. People appreciate that. People appreciate seeing a level of humbleness. People appreciate seeing that you support somebody, literally support somebody. People appreciate seeing that. And we need our people of power to step up. I'm asking you all to step up. I want to see more business owners visible on TV. We need more business owners advocating. We need more people who paying taxes on their land to speak up. Not people who got other folk in their pockets. You want your business to grow. You want to be able to keep creating opportunities for somebody else. Support other people in the same industries of which you are in. Listen, that's it for today. I thank you all so much for tuning in. Listen, I'm looking for guests as well to be a part of the show. I am Letha. You can check out Letha's Real Talk on all social media platforms. LETHASREALTALK. That's Letha's Real Talk. Listen, also, go check us out. We Believe Digital Podcast. We Believe Digital Studios. Go check us out on all social media platforms. We have commercial packages and sponsorship packages available also. So please reach out. I thank you all. Hit the share button. Invite others. Have a good rest of the week. Bye-bye.